Hey guys, welcome to PTN. This is Phoenix. I'm joined by Regal, Matthias, and J-Bones, and we're bringing you something a little different today. We are trying out something we're going to call the PTN review, where we are looking at the recent Guild Wars 2 patch. I'm going to flip the screen
Hell
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're just doing it, man.
So,
Just saying.
not a lot of sound effects, not a lot of cool effects. In fact, we're on the Guild Wars 2 page. So go to www.guildwars2.com and look at the recent patch notes, and that's exactly what we're going over. We're looking at what they changed today and what we think of it. We're just going to start reviewing it. I mean, we pretty much say it in our videos, so why not just go over it? So
Let's do it.
first thing we got on the list is something Regal, J-Bones, and I have experienced just moments ago and kind of swore a lot.
Twice.
Yeah, Tequaddle. What do you guys think?
I love it, man.
Hard.
I'm really excited.
It's
Harder?
really cool, but it's really hard.
Okay.
Personally, they made Tequaddle a lot harder. If you go through the notes on the main page here, you can see they've changed a lot of mechanics about him. You have 15 minutes to kill him. He's got a ton more health, a lot more mechanics, and you're basically at the mercy of, at the current moment now, anyways, 6 turret users. There's 6 turrets that break the scales and make him invincible, as well as remove poison fields on the grounds and buff the Zerg. So if any one person wants to troll those, where people aren't defending them and the turrets keep falling, you pretty much screw yourself over. I think all the mechanics they've added are great. I think they're awesome. I just don't like the timer. If the timer wasn't there, you could fail a million times with the turrets and just keep hacking at them and just hope for the best. But I don't like that timer. But other than that, I think the whole mechanic is just great that they've changed it. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes with other bosses.
You
Me
know,
too.
I'm not too disappointed in the timer itself as much as the length that they give you on what the focus of this patch was. And 15 minutes just isn't enough, especially when you add that many new mechanics to the game.
Yeah, and you have an entire Zerg that's to learn these new mechanics on a fly. Rigo, what do you think?
Well, I actually think if it was just a little bit longer of a timer, it'd be good. Right now, it's blazingly fast, and I'm sure the best of guilds, if you get 2, 3 guilds in there working together, they'll be able to take them down. I'm sure of it.
Probably. All right, well, on top of that, there are other things that changed. Not just Tequaddle changed. We also have all the world bosses. I'm going to scroll down here on the list. All the world bosses have had significant changes. Like, they've all had increased health. They've all had those little safety zones. Matthias, you've experienced, I think, this once or twice, where there's zones where people can literally just stand in a corner and auto attack a boss and just.
And by
not-
people, you mean me.
Yeah, fair enough. Wasn't going to name names, but yeah, where people can just sort of hide in a corner and auto attack for the win. I personally,
Yeah,
I
they're
don't.
new.
Not all
Friendly.
gamers are created equally.
That's fine.
Well, I know sometimes you got to alt tab and check your mail.
I know, just
That's
auto attack, alt tab, go on Gmail, go on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know about
Personally,
you guys, that's how I micro.
I love this. I love this change. I think it's great that they've eliminated those zones. I just tried Jormag moments ago, and all the safety zones are gone. There were ice shards popping up there, knocking people down, and all the regular people that stand there in AFK were going, "What the hell? What's going on? Why am I not firing? This is a weird. I have to fight in the fight. I have to use the actual weapons they provided me for Jormag. I have to use a Charzuka and a flamethrower.
Yeah,
Why?
gaming
I
sucks,
have
right?
to use buttons 1 through 0?
Wow. And it was mind-boggling to see how many people were complaining. But personally, I think it's great. I love seeing people being forced into the fight. I think it's a great idea. What do you guys think?
Well, my favorite part of the mechanics is the new loot. A whole bunch of the bosses, they got all of these champion loot boxes now, similar to the champions. So not only can you farm champions and but you can do these dudes too. And just in general, I like anything that gives me new achievement points because I want to get to that 10,000. So
I
you
like
get an
anything
achievement
that
point
causes grief to
as part of the
really
daily.
lazy players.
I'm with J Bones on that one. I definitely like anything that griefs the lazy players. Because personally, I think that's what drove me nuts. Jormag, everyone standing on the ice cliff, just pummeling him and just standing there.
Well,
It's-
You know what I like
what's
about
the
this patch?
point?
what?
What's
I
the
get the
point in
chance
playing
to
the
read
game?
about Mega Destroyer, who I have no idea who it is, but it's just a really sweet name.
That's actually a fun boss. That is
Although
a
you
fun
do
boss.
know what destroyers are.
Yeah, it's just
Yes,
a big
just
one.
a big one.
It's just a big one.
Okay, all right. Mega.
So once again, guys, Matthias, a resident noob of Guild Wars. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Pretty much staying that way.
But all right, so
But hey.
all these bosses have timers. I think every
Yeah.
single one of them's got 10, 15, half an hour for Jormag.
Yeah, but they're all
That's
very
cutting
doable.
it pretty close.
They're all pretty doable. Jormag, we did cut it a little close, but it made it a lot more fun in that way. I
I think
didn't mind
half
the
an hour
timer.
is reasonable.
Yeah, I think just Tequaddle should have a bit longer of a timer with the mechanics they've given them, and how complex they are. I think they should have one more equivalent let's say Jormag, because Jormag has a lot of unique mechanics too, where you have to break the wall, then you have to go over, use the flamethrowers, break the ice shards, guard the golems they go in. There's a lot to do, kind of like Tequatl now. So why not have the same sort of timer? Why is it 15 minutes? Moving on from that.
It's really true. I think it's because they really want those bragging rights to go to a server
Yeah.
that kills them first.
Before I continue complaining about that, let's move along the list. This is another huge thing. Now, this is in beta, and none of us, unfortunately, got access. This is the new LFG tool, and J-Bones and I came from Guild Wars 1. Looking for group was amazing. If you ever need anything, just popped in a little ad there, waited a minute,
Hey.
and someone would find out.
You know
Matthias
what? I
too.
was actually part of that one too.
Matthias was too. Whoops. My
Yeah,
bad.
thank you.
Sorry. Regal was left out of this. But the
Yeah.
LFG tool was amazing. The fact they're bringing it in, I think this is great. I haven't seen it yet, though. It's in beta. Like I said, very few players actually have access yet at this point. They are rolling it out slowly for players as they test the servers and so on and so forth. But I think it's a great idea. I think this should have been out there day
It's like
one.
Craigslist for Guild Wars.
Free, yeah, very usable. But I think it's great. What do you guys think? I think they needed this from
Well-
day one.
My question is going to be, is it too late? Because we've got websites that do this already.
Yeah, but I'm not going to alt-tab if I don't have to anymore. Now that they have
Exactly.
it in-game.
I
what's
sure
the
as hell
point?
won't.
Yeah, there were
Especially
there
now
were
that those
websites
updates
for
are
it before,
bosses.
because the LFG thing, that wasn't permanent. That wasn't always a thing in the first Guild Wars, was it?
Um,
That was something that was added much later, I
I'm
believe.
pretty sure it was added much later. It wasn't something that was available right
It was
away.
added like 3 expansions later.
And then it got more complex. Remember when you used to be able to make a group and actually put in the group name instead of what you're looking for a dungeon, you say looking to trade this for this. So it became
Oh yeah. They
went
made a trade one too.
exactly went from a looking from group to looking for a party just to trade this gear around. So maybe in the future could implement a trading system, much like the old one, instead of just having the black line trading, which would open a world of possibilities to the way the currencies function. But I think this is a great first step in the right direction. I'm really happy they brought this in.
So speculation-wise, then, is this too simple? Because it looks like you just search for the dungeon that you want, and then say, oh, "Hey, let's get in there." It doesn't. I kind of like the fact that it doesn't say, "I'm looking for a guardian" or "I'm looking for
Oh, thank God for
a warrior." But
yeah,
this exact build.
I think it's a great stepping zone. I think they can only go up from here. I mean, you have to start somewhere, and the fact that they're bringing this in is a great idea. Now, it may get more complex, but right now it's going to be pretty simplistic from what I can read from these notes.
Hey.
I just can't wait to see it. I want to actually see it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We are in World versus World.
versus World.
This is Matthias' favorite. This is the one
Hell
game
yeah.
mode that will kill his computer, but he loves more than anything.
Well, who
Siege.
doesn't love some good
I'm
PvP?
such a siege weapon guy.
Now, aside from Siege, the biggest addition in World vs. World was the Borderlands. They brought back something from the glory days, right in the beginning of the game when it first released. They had these orbs that you could capture in the Borderlands territories of World vs. World. There's 3 Borderlands territories and a main territory. If you grab those orbs, each orb your server kept control of gave you plus 50 stat boost to your entire team. Now, those were a little out of balance. They had to remove them. They said they'd be bringing them back in some way or another. Now, they did bring them back. They removed the entire ocean section in the center of each Borderlands map and instead added 5 structures. Each structure with a control point that you must be in and control for 2 minutes solid in order to gain one of the 5 sort of points. If you can hold 3 of the 5 for 2 minutes, you will regain that orb's buff of 50 to all stats. In each zone you can do this. The hardest part about this is you have to hold 3 consecutively for 2 minutes. On top of that, when you leave the zone and you're no longer defending it, the actual control of it depletes, which means other enemy zergs can rush in and sort of take it from you without you knowing. It's really tricky, but a lot more balanced in the sense where they're really changing hands rapidly, and I think it's great. Now, Regal and Matthias, you guys were dicking around in there. I think J-Bones was too. What do you guys think of this new thing?
Well, I know something.
Okay.
I learned something. Thief. It's like the Thieves' Wonderland.
It's like the...
If there's one or two guys just running around and just capturing this point, watch the hell out.
I'm assuming poor Matthias got sniped.
Yeah, but I mean,
think
like, it was in the
think of
first
that.
2 minutes of me being there
You're just insta-sniped.
for the first time, and then it's just the actual geography of the place is very thief friendly, and then yeah,
It's very escape
it's easy to pick off wanderers there.
And because of the Wanderers, that was something Regal was talking to me about. He said it's very friendly for smaller groups. So if there's a couple, not even a thief, any class that's really built to snipe someone and run away.
Yeah.
Regal, you were saying that's meant for smaller groups to hold these, right?
Well, and that's the cool thing. If like a Zerg of 10 people, like I say Zerg, but if 10 people go in there and you got 5 in there, the 5 can actually hold out. There's a cannon up top, and there's a whole bunch of little choke points to work with.
Yeah, but you were also saying the fact, though, they have to divide their forces. So this makes it so smaller groups can hold it, but it forces small groups to enter there. If you enter with just a Zerg, it's kind of a bad idea because you're wasting your time. You're all
That's right,
there.
and that's
bottlenecked.
probably where I have the most mixed feelings about it. If you are one of those little groups, yeah, it's fun to do these little sections here, but there's real no incentive or reward. You're not getting any world experience. You're not getting really any experience at all if there's nobody that comes and challenges you. Kind of just standing around.
Yeah, you're not earning any world free. Yeah, blah blah blah. Whatever.
Okay.
The world versus world experience. But got it. Nailed it. Done.
Good job. Good hustle.
So in my opinion, I'd still rather take down a tower with a group. But this is a cool little thing. If you're feeling lazy and you don't want to be with like the giant commander Zerg, or if you don't even want to be like a camp hunter, this is another good little aspect of the game.
Cool thing they added. Definitely.
What I
I'm
find
glad.
is interesting is that so I did it before, and then I heard you and Matthias go in and do it again, and both times there was people there, and it wasn't a lot of them. So it's kind of like you've got a guaranteed little fight that's going to happen if you go over there.
Yep.
Because someone's going to be over there trying to mess around with it.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
you're
and now that you mention that, that actually reminds me, because that's basically what the jumping puzzle was at one point in time. Obsidian Sanctum. It was
Yeah.
basically a smaller world of PvP where you'd have small little groups of 3 to 5 fighting each other out to get to that chest at the end.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of replaces that.
I used to love that. I used to love going into the jumping puzzles and always finding a couple little skirmishes. So that they've brought that back. Because Regal, when we entered it earlier, when we were just testing it out, we saw 3-4 players trying to take one, and they kept dividing amongst all the terrain. So we ended up picking off all 4 because we just picked our engagements. And I like that sort of, you can use sort of guerrilla tactics in here. It's a really cool, neat area where you can really be picking off people in small group versus small
Yeah.
group. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's very vertical, lots of stairs.
So
So a cool thing, staying within this tab of World vs. World, if you go a little further down, it said Flame Mastery, or Flame Ram Mastery has been added. I want to wrap that up and talk about all of those skill buffs and whatnot from the World experience. Do you guys think that's a great aspect?
I think
Cool.
it's great they're just expanding all those skills. I mean, you got Flame Mastery, you got Arrow Cart Mastery, pretty much everything has a mastery on it
Cool.
now, and I like the abilities. I mean, especially with supply, you can just dump all your supply in a couple swings. Like, there's a lot of cool things at it. I hope they keep doing this. I hope they keep adding things to spend your World v World skill points on. And that was dead silence. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys
Okay, well,
agreed.
then I'll pick,
Awesome.
'cause I actually had
I
something
think
to say.
we all agree.
When you're putting those points in, I also like the idea of if you're in a guild, you can specialize, right? One guy can be like, for example, Matthias. He loves his siege specialist. He'd be like checking out all the arrow carts and the catapults and whatnot. While
Catapults and
probably
trebs,
Phoenix
buddy.
and me, we're up there in interface. Even J Bones, we're in the melee. We'd probably want this flame ram because we're like right at the door.
Yeah, pretty much. We're always on those gates. And meanwhile, Matthias is bombing from half a mile away.
Accurately, my
Dude.
Very accurately.
Okay, in his
Remember, you're
defense,
just like, this is a
like
test
my
shot,
one
tell
thing
me
I
if
can
it
do.
hits direct hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
That
like
every
say, can you
time.
call it the shot to make sure that I'm in the right spot? You're hitting it, man.
yeah,
Like,
we were holding the center keep, guys. I'm going to tell you the story. We were holding the center keep. J-Bones, me, and Regal on the base, leading the Zerg. I had my commander tag up. We're just fighting, holding the center keep in Eternal Battlegrounds. And they're putting up an arrow cart and a catapult, and Matthias in the center on a treb. And he just turns it to where he thinks it is. He goes, guys, tell me if this hits. He fires. He hits the arrow cart directly. He hit the arrow cart that just finished directly with a treb shot. I was
Really no big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. It was from pretty far away. Considering that was your first test shot.
yeah.
Tell me if this hits, guys.
Matthias likes angles and stuff, guys. It just works out. So,
My thing.
all right, but that's pretty much World v World wrapped up in the patch notes. Other than that, there's some bug fixes. You know, the AOE loot wasn't picking up stuff. Molten Alliance Aether Blades now fixing.
I actually
between-
find that really funny, the
there's-
AoE loot.
There's just a bunch of little things they've sort of added there, but those are bug fixes. I'm just glad they do it. I mean, nothing really to go over there. The last thing they really added here is this, the Blackline Trading Company Gem Store. So every time there's a patch, of course, there's stuff they add to the Gem Store where you can either purchase it for real money or you can purchase it via in-game gold and, convert it. And this time they added a couple mini packs. They added a boom box to the Super Adventure Box, part World 2. And they also added they continued the sale of Magic Find boosters and a new finisher, the Permanent Vigil Mega Laser finisher. Now,
Oh, cool.
yeah, definitely.
Just sounds
I
awesome.
just got the super box finisher, so I can't.
You can't
really
buy
wanna
it.
switch.
They also added more bank tabs. So all this stuff, I think it's great. It's not game breaking. It's not imbalanced, and that's why I like everything they've always added hasn't been game breaking. Like yes, it's been skins or minis, but it's nothing that's oh, if this guy gets this, he is going to wreck me every time I engage him. It's all just cosmetic, and as long as they keep that up, I'm up for them adding
Tiny
whatever they
tweaks.
want. Yeah, tiny
Tiny
tweaks.
tweaks.
I might buy that. I might
Tiny tweak adventures.
I might change some of my gold and get that mega laser finisher because that just sounds awesome. I'm gonna
Although
see.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be getting those extra bank slots because you're a pack hoarder.
I
man.
am a hoarder. I'm already
One
attempting.
of everything.
If anyone watched our Teach the Noob, the bank space, watch that episode. Watch my bank when I open the window. It's full. Like I kept every one of those conversion potions from the beginning of the game. Remember when you open up Black Lion
Oh my
chest?
god, you did not.
I did. I have all.
There's no
Christ,
point to
man, all I
that.
did was destroy those things.
There's no point to them. I just have them. So I have like the mystic one, and the worst part is I have them alphabetically.
You know, Phoenix is the guy
I'm the
that
cheapest
when he
bastard
played
ever. I haven't
Skyrim,
bought any
it
bank
was
slots at all.
if it had 0 weight, he just took it.
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh,
I took
God.
0
everything.
weight, I need it.
Hey, Matthias likes my OCD when it comes to stuff. When we play Minecraft, like I'm the guy that organizes the storeroom while he's out gathering shit. He's like, "Yeah, you got this." I'm like, "I totally got this. Don't
I'm
worry."
installing a trap in your house, but whatever.
Listen. That fish picture, that fish.
The fucking fish.
All right,
Okay, sorry.
aside from Minecraft,
Okay, yeah, we should be on
what
topic.
do you guys think of all these things they've added? I think they're great. I love the bank space things. I'm probably gonna pick up every single one of those. What about you guys? Good silence.
Silence.
Okay, let's try.
I never. Well, it's always really who's gonna say something first. But personally, I never. I don't play the game enough to actually bother with the gems usually. But I mean, again, like you were saying, this isn't something that really breaks the game. It's not like not doing this ever hurts me. So,
Exactly, and as
Yeah.
long as they keep it up.
although
with
I'm
that.
pretty curious about the Mega Laser.
Yeah, I know it sounds awesome.
Anything with mega before it, like as a prefix, is going to be
I
awesome.
think all four of us should get the mega laser, line up some dudes, and finish them at the same time.
All right, guys, that video is coming out in a few weeks. We'll try to get it for you. Probably not though. I don't have that kind of gold. We'll see.
Yeah, you do, you liar.
Shh. I just sold all my crafting mats. Beside the point. Other than that, it pretty much covers all
God,
of
weren't
the.
enough gold before that.
Yeah, true. Other than that pretty much covers the notes. We go down the bottom here. There's a recent patch that was just a couple hours ago, just a couple bug fixes, and that will continue as with any large patch. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Please check back every couple weeks where we'll be doing a review of the recent patch that Guild Wars 2 hits, and let us know in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with our opinions? Do you disagree? Is there something you liked about this patch or something you didn't like? Feel free to use this review to state your opinion. Like,
And as a pilot project, we got to celebrate. We got a website.
yes.
Safety scissors or regular scissors?
As another pilot project, if you're looking to
Matthias, man, I was trying to be all serious about our website, and then you do that.
Are you a fan of Elmer's glue?
another thing to check out for, guys, check out the description below. We'll be linking to our new webpage that we just have up. So another way to discuss this, maybe you don't want to discuss this on our webpage or on the YouTube
Become a
page.
member. We have forums.
Become a member. Listed in our forums.
good.
Love to sit on forums, state your opinion, see if other people agree with your opinion or disagree. It's something new that we just had going up and running, so definitely check out the link below on our description. Other than that, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.